Okay, I would like to make a series of videos for chess players in order to teach them how to play Chinese chess. The question is, why would you play Chinese chess since chess is so well organized and has a lot of tournaments every weekend? First of all, because it's really more violent than chess. So if you like tough game, this is definitely your kind of chess. But in reality, I think in the future it will be more organized and it will give a chess player the chance to play every weekend too in Chinese chess tournaments, since the venue can be the same of a chess tournament and it's very easy to acquire this chessboard. But why would you play this kind of chess? Well, this is the reason that I can give you. I have noticed that many chess players, when they reach a certain level, they don't want to play anymore chess because it damages their elo rating. And some of them are coaches, so for them it's really important that they don't lose that kind of rating because they are making a living out of it. Hence, they don't play in any tournament. And of course, they want to play in a tournament, but there are no really unrated tournaments, and also the unrated doesn't mean much. But here, if you are a chess player that can play classical chess because of this kind of situation, well, the good thing is you can play Chinese chess. It's the same as rewarding as chess, international chess, and in every chess center or chess club in the nation can be quickly learned in 5 minutes by every chess player. And you say, no, it's impossible. How would you learn something? Look, I don't understand even what this is. Well, if you are a chess player, you immediately understand what it is, for a simple reason. Because the pieces are the same, practically. And let's make an example. As you can see, there are 5 pieces that are the same and they are opposing to each other. I think every chess player can easily get that these are the pawns, independently that I know what this ideogram means or what this ideogram means. I know that it's a pawn, right? And you say, but why the ideogram is different? Well, because they were 2 different armies facing each other, like peasants against the warriors that were like sieging a city. So you have the warriors, you have the peasants, and they were fighting each other, right? But this is also a difference with chess. In the time, they didn't really have the queen fighting on the battlefield. They had the general. So the general is the same thing that in chess we have, and we call the king, right? And where does the king stay? Does he stay on the side? No. The king stays in the center, right? So you immediately know, as a chess player, that this is the general. Or that this, you could call it the king. It doesn't really matter the name, right? Different names in different ages. You can be called the emperor because maybe he was Caesar. I don't know what he wanted to be. Or maybe he wants to be Napoleon. It doesn't really matter. The point is that the piece that we use in chess and we call the king is in the center of chessboard. So we already know. And we also know what is the movement of these pieces, with slight differences. Like I said, pawns go forward, right? Also for chess. The difference with chess is that in Chinese chess, in order to take, you still go forward. So there is not that difficulty to understand that you have to go in diagonal to take. No, you go forward, and the other takes you and go forward. The only difference is that when the pawn passes this middle line that we can see here, and we call the river, because that's where the two armies were facing each other. When it passes the river, the only difference for a pawn is that he can go on the side. No? So he can go here, but he cannot go back like a pawn in chess. He cannot go back. And differently from a pawn in chess, because you already understood it, that there is no queen, also when it reaches the last rank, it doesn't promote. So to reach the last rank sometimes is not good because it gains less. Because here I have 1, 2, 3 possible squares that in Chinese chess are called intersections, and here you have only 2, so you cannot really do much, right? So as you can see, for a chess player, in 5 minutes, you can easily understand everything. For example, another example that is very easy to understand for everybody. Which are the pieces that we have on the corner in chess? If your answer is the rook, you already know what these pieces are. Rooks. Are they called rooks in Chinese chess? No, obviously they use Chinese language. Why they would call them rooks? Clearly they use another term. They call them chariots. Because in that time they were using chariots for fighting, like the gladiators in Rome, they were these chariots. And how do you see is a chariot? For the simple reason that these two sides are like the wheels and the center is where the warriors stay. But again, does it really matter? No, because you actually already know what the piece can do. The chariot moves like a rook. So track, 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 whatever you want is what the chariot or the rook does. The difference with chess is that there is no castle. Okay, so this is also a difference. So the king or the general can stay only inside this part, which is called the palace, which is, or the tent, right? Because the general stays in the tent. But again, names are not really important. The important thing is that as a chess player, you know that the king moves one square at the time, and this type of king moves only inside here. Of course, there is an extra rule which says that the two kings cannot be on the same file and see each other. So there must always be something in the middle if they are in the same file. But as you can see, as a chess player, you learn the rules in about 5 minutes, so you are ready to go. What is the piece that is near the rooks? I think you can answer immediately. No, that in chess, the piece that we have near the rooks is called what? Knight. Wonderful. Here it's called the horse. Is there a difference? Because a knight without a horse is not a knight, right? It's not that he really goes around without the horse. So in chess, they clearly kept that distinction. The horse move like the knight in chess, with a difference. It doesn't jump. So if there is a piece here, this knight is not going to move anywhere. If there is nothing here, it can 1 and 1 in diagonal, or 1 and 1 in diagonal. Here there is a piece, so it cannot go here, but if there was not this here, 1 and 1 in diagonal. So the horse in Chinese chess, it's the same horse that we have in chess, with the difference that it doesn't actually jump. That's it. After the horse, what do we have? What is the near the knight in chess? Near the knight in chess, like you know, this is the knight or the horse. What is nearby? As a chess player, you immediately answer a bishop. And the same thing is in Chinese chess. Is it called the bishop? No, because they didn't believe in Jesus Christ, and so they didn't have any idea that there was a bishop. so they couldn't call it bishop. But the idea is identical, because probably this is the original chess, which came from China, it went to India, and then went to Persia. So it's a little more primitive than chess, than the chess that we play today. Why I say it's more primitive? Because while the bishops in chess, they can go everywhere, they could, this bishop could go probably here in chess. In Chinese chess, this is not true. This bishop, which is called like a literate, and this is an elephant, it goes only inside their own side of the board. So for red, it's this side, and for black is this side. But they cannot go on the other side, so they are kind of more limited. And there is a thing, like we said for the knight, they don't jump, okay? So if there is a piece here, this cannot go here, it cannot go here. And not only, when they are in this position, they are defending each other. But again, if there is something in the middle between them, this is not defending this. So this can be taken. Little differences from chess, but which honestly I think they can be learned in a minute or two. And what do you have near the general? Well, this is different from chess, because you have this kind of bodyguards near the general, because at the entrance of the general tent you generally have the bodyguard, right? Because if you kill the general, the game is over, and also the war is over, because the army doesn't have a head, something which can plan and protect it, or plan and attack, and so on and so forth. So the two guards are also kind of mini bishops, because they go one square at a time, only in diagonal, and they stay only inside the pulse. So they cannot go in diagonal here and then jump out. No, they cannot do that. Okay? So they can stay only inside here. And there is a piece that doesn't exist in chess, and it's called the cannon. Or why it's called the cannon? Because the cannon, that is these two pieces that you have noticed here, is the one that behaves like a rook, in the sense that you can move as many spaces as you want, like a rook, same movement of a rook. But the cannon cannot take like a rook. In order to take, the cannon needs a piece that mount the cannon itself. Okay? So, for example, this is the initial position of the game. If I play the cannon here, this is the mounting piece. The cannon is shooting at this, which means it can take this. If you don't defend it, like this, and let's say that you play this move, the cannon can take. Now, I'm not saying this is a very good move in Chinese chess, okay? I'm just giving you an example of how the cannon works. But, for example, another thing that may be important to understand is this. If this, now this cannon is using this piece to mount an attack to the king. So the king is in check. And so I need to play something to protect the king, okay? If, for example, I make a mistake like this, going away, now I cannot put anything in the middle, because if I play this, the cannon will take, and so it's checkmate in a sense, right? And so you can see also the fourth checkmate which can happen in your chessboard. Let's say that black is a beginner, you could play something like this. He plays this to attack his cannon, and boom! This cannon is using the mount to give check. And this is checkmate. Why? You say, why is checkmate? I can take this, right? Yes, you can take this, and I can still take your king. So you say, no, wait, I can defend my king. Yes, you can defend your king. So this is not giving check, but this one will use its mount to kill the king. And this is a difference also of terminology. In Chinese chess, they call the checkmate a kill because they are killing the enemy piece. So it's a kind of more violent terminology than we have in chess. It's much more violent. In chess, it's checkmate. For example, in Chinese chess, it's killing methods, ways to kill the enemy general. With that said, practically you have all the rules you need. For example, in the first move, red could play this and take out the knight. I'm not saying it's a good move, just to show you how this piece that doesn't exist in chess actually plays. And another thing that you must remember is the following. No? Let's say that there is this position. This rook can take here, and it will not be taken back because you remember that the two generals can face each other. So black cannot play this. Black has to go up. That's all there is. So these are the rules of Chinese chess. There are a little more differences with chess because here the perpetual check it's considered wrong. So if you try to give, like in this case that we just saw, check, it goes here, check, goes here, check, goes here, check. Well, in Chinese chess, they don't understand why you are playing, and they consider red to have lost the game because the goal of the game is really to kill the enemy general. So it doesn't make sense to continue to give check, check, check. Why? Because in reality the general is inside a palace, so it cannot really escape. So obviously the rules were modified to take care of that situation. If the king could have gone away, check, and okay, it makes sense, but he can't. So obviously to continue to give check, perpetual check, is not going to work. And it's given a loss to the side that gives this kind of perpetual check. There are, of course, some rules that allow some kind of checks, intermediate checks and so on, but this is a kind of very important. In Chinese chess, you are not allowed to give a perpetual check just for the fun of it. They have draws in Chinese chess, but obviously are when the forces are like exhausted and you enter an endgame that both players know it's kind of drawish and maybe they don't want to play till the end because it doesn't make any sense. Like in chess, if you have a rook against a rook, you do continue to play, right? And so in that case, the draw can be agreed. But generally, they are much more fighting because, and this is the huge difference with chess, as you can see, the files are already open. So you cannot really stop the enemy army from swarming in. But you can be very, very fast and attack and try to give checkmate forward. So when they also try to enter your position, you enter there. And this is a very huge difference with chess, which I believe can help young chess players to understand the importance of a tempo and the importance of giving material for gaining tempi like Morphy did in chess. Okay, so Morphy is the first step. Chinese chess, it's really a very good example for that. Again, in general, these are all the rules you need to understand. Then, of course, if one is interested in more in the culture or in the meaning of the ideograms, great. But I think as a chess player, with what I told you now, you already can play a chess game, a Chinese chess game, without anything in particular. Obviously, in the beginning, you will get checkmated very easily if you play in China because you don't have all the checkmate methods. So, to learn Chinese chess, first you need to learn the checkmate methods, then you need to learn some endgames, and then the combinations, so the tactics like we have in chess. That's it. The same idea, same everything. Time controls more or less are similar. The classical time control in chess, in Chinese chess, are very fast compared to international chess. But apart from that, and yes, they don't have bullet like 2 minutes game, but they have blitz that is like 5 minutes game. So again, it's the same. You can learn this in a few minutes and enjoy a game against other chess player and play a tournament, create a tournament because it's like chess. So it's very easy and it can be fun for a weekend, right? So you don't have to worry of how much rating you will lose. And at the same time, you practice calculations, visualization, all the same things that you would practice in chess are here. And the game, believe me, it's much more violent than chess. So it's really exciting. I hope you will enjoy it and let me know if you want to see more videos about China.